Okay. Let's lie down. Draw your knees to your chest. And whatever animals come with them. Just take a few moments here. Letting your back relax. Tuning in, letting your head drop into your body, which is more and more of a shift these days, at least for me. And begin to circle your knees apart and together. And switch the direction. They might be a little creaky. Mine are. Hug the right knee in close to your body, extend up through your left leg, and flex and point that foot. Flex the foot, give it a really strong intensity, and then cross into a figure four, that flexed left ankle over the upper right knee. Take your hands behind your head and rock back and forth a little bit. So back toward your shoulders, forward toward your right foot. And then stay back. Reach behind your right leg and gently pull toward you. Flexion through both feet. Slide that left leg across the right, coming more into an eagle. So upper thighs crossed, and if it doesn't, and only if it doesn't, hurt your knees, do that second cross of the left toes behind the right calf somewhere or ankle. Hands, oops, sorry, we lost you all. And sweep your arms into eagle with your left arm under the right arm. And slide feet away from elbows. Exhale, bring them together, knees to elbows. Inhale, exhale, crunching up into little eagle crunches. 10, 9, 8, squeezing your legs and arms together. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And release it, hug your knees to your chest, hold your knees wide and rock a little bit right to left, massaging your lower back, middle back, depending on how tightly you have the knees in. Bring your hands around your left shin, send your right leg up, and flex and point your right foot. Hold a nice strong dorsal flexion with that right foot, intensify it. And then cross your right ankle into a figure four at the upper left knee. Take your hands behind your head, switching the interlaced fingers so that the other one's on top, and start to rock shoulders to your left toes. And if you can, keep your right foot flexed. It's kind of hard to think about it. And you're rocking forward and back. And then land on your back. Carefully lower your head, reach behind your left leg, and pull that left leg towards you with that strong flexion in that right ankle. So you're still in a figure four here, stretching that right piriformis, at least in theory. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You may need to adjust a tiny bit, rocking right and left, just a little. And then take your hands out, slide your right leg across, crossing the upper thighs and maybe the lower leg into eagle. Take your right arm under the left. If it doesn't go under, you could just hold your shoulders instead. Taking your toes toward the floor, your elbows toward your face, and then bringing elbows and knees together. Eagle crunches 10, 9, exhale, and when you come up, 8, 7, exhale, exhale, for 4, and 3, and 2, and squeeze on 1, squeeze, and release it. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock a little bit here, right and left. And then bring your knees directly over your hips. Squeeze your legs together so your legs are in table. And you're gonna take your left leg off to the left and then squeeze it back into the center. Right leg drops toward the right. Use your deep abdominals as you squeeze that leg back in. Open it to the side, deep abdominal connection as you squeeze to the center. Leg off to the side, squeeze. Inhale, so we are adducting. We're first abducting, taking the leg out, then we're really squeezing on the way in. And it's, see if you can find that deep connection. Pressing low back toward the floor. Leg drops to the side, adduct it back in. It drops, squeeze it back in. A few more each side. And next time you've done them both, squeeze in the middle, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then relax, bring your toes down toward the floor, heels land. Take a few breaths here, inhale the arms overhead. Stretch those arms back, exhale, bring them down by your side. We'll tilt the pelvis as we do this. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, press the low back into the floor as the arms extend by your ears. As you exhale, tilt your tailbone forward, arching the low back, palms come to the ground. Do this at your own pace, tracking your breath. The next time your arms go overhead, raise your hips up as well. And then row out your arms, bring them into a goalpost shape. Slide your shoulder blades onto your back. Press your elbows and wrists down into the ground. Pulsing up with the buttocks, hips pulse up 10, 9. Press your big toes into the floor if you can, squeezing the floor in some way. 6, 5, belly is turned on. 3, 2, 1. Toe heel your feet together, leave your hips up, squeeze your legs together, and drop that left knee open to the left, adduct it back in. Drop it towards, so same thing we were doing on our backs, but from this place. Knee opens to the left, squeeze it in. Opens to the right, squeeze it in, continue. We'll do 5 on each side. 4. Hold the belly firmly. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze in the middle. Open both at the same time. Squeeze together. We'll do 10, 9. Try to keep the big toe down. It may not be possible. 8, 7, 6. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3. Thumb is in the air. 2. Squeeze, hold. Relax the toes, widen the shoulders, relax the arms, slowly descend. Whew. Let the knees fall open, soles of the feet come together. Rest here for a moment, hand on the heart, hand on the belly, take a deep breath. Exhale. Breathe in through the nose. Sip in a little more air. Open the mouth. Ah. One more like that. Deeply breathe in through the nose. A little more at the top. Hold. Open the mouth. Ah. Sighing it out. Left hand comes to the outer left leg and close your legs like a book, turning to your right side and press all the way up. Turn your hands forward. Inhale, look up. Tailbone up. Oh. And exhale, round. Pull the belly in, spread the upper back, shoulders. Inhale, arch and look up. Really lift the head and tailbone. Exhale, round. Come to neutral and circle the rib cage around. Oh, you guys can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, good. And go the other way. And inhale, center, look up, tailbone up, head up. Oh, really stretch that spine. Exhale, round, pull the tummy muscles up with you. And then from there, lift your hips up and bend the knees. Send the sits bones high, high, high as you push into your down dog with bent knees, so that you're really putting the priority on lengthening the spine and stretching at the sort of piriformis area, that buttock area. Push down through your left heel and send the right leg up. Stretch through the toes and then contract at the back of the leg. Open up the hip. Look under the opposite arm, left arm. Square your hips, look to the top of the mat, and maybe give yourself a little space as you step your right foot through. Patting your left knee, if you need padding there, we're gonna sink down into this stretch. Hands can be on blocks or fingertips. Woo. Hello. So I'm just letting my left inner groin open here. And it's tight. Ooh. Maybe it's not even the inner groin, it's the front of the left thigh. Yeah, if you want, you can come up and put your hands on your leg, right leg. I'm kind of content lower. It's better for me right now. And I am letting that right knee come in front of the right toes. I want it to be in front of the toes. Tuck the back toes and lift that back leg, coming into a more traditional lunge where the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Left thigh begins to engage the back of the leg. Squeeze the hips toward each other, adducting the legs like we did from other positions. Pull the heart forward and really get some traction, maybe in that middle part of the spine that can be stubborn. And then we're going to gas pedal that right foot into the floor and straighten to whatever extent you can that right leg. Pull the tummy muscles in and up. And if it's okay, lift that right ball the foot off the floor. Tuck the chin into the chest. Turn your navel just a little to the right. Just a little. So it's centered over the leg. Lower that gas pedal foot down. We're going to pivot into a side lunge. Pivot to your left, bend the left knee, and side lunge here. Flex the right toes up toward the sky, getting into that right inner groin area. Your left heel can be raised here or on the floor, depending on your flexibility of the your ankle. Do try to lift your chest up. Woo. Enjoy the sensations as much as you can. Squeeze the sits bones toward one another. Use your hands so you're not putting a lot of weight in the joint. Walk yourself forward toward a right forward legged lunge. Hands come to the mat. Step to plank. Squeeze your hips in toward each other. Hold plank as you isometrically contract, pulling your ankles toward your wrists and vice versa. Feeling all your muscles start to help you stabilize. Telescope your neck forward, bend the elbows for chaturanga, but then come all the way down to the mat. Point your toes, bring your arms out to a goalpost, forehead to the floor, take a breath, inhale. Exhale, extend your tailbone long toward your heels so that your low back lengthens. Inhale, exhale, lift up your elbows and feet. Inhale, reach your arms forward, straightening them. Exhale, lat pull down, squeeze, pull back, good. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull down, feel your muscles. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place your feet on the floor, hands by the chest. Cobra. Curl up. Very nice. Exhale, send your hips back. Drop your head down. Pause and child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Let go of tension across the back. Exhale. Do that again. Deep breath. Look forward to your hands. Come forward toward all fours. Tuck toes. Downward dog. Right heel down, left leg up. Contract the back of the leg. Look under the right arm and open that left knee. Square your hips, look forward, step that left foot up. Right knee to the floor, pat it as needed. Lean that knee forward. Ease it forward. Sink into that right inner thigh. If you get more out of this with your hands on your leg, great. I'm preferring to keep my body weight forward. Tailbone tucks just a little bit. Contract at the hips. You guys all breathing? Okay. And slowly, we're gonna tuck the right toes under, lift the back leg as we bring the left knee over the ankle. So it's more traditional. Squeeze your outer hips into adduction. Feel the weight move on to the ball of the left foot more. Tummy in. Pull the heart forward. Maybe you're on your fingertips so that you're getting some traction in that mid-thoracic area. Strong right quads. And then gas brake, pedal. Your left, ball the foot into the floor, straightening that left leg somewhat, or completely. Tummy aligns with the center of the thigh. Maybe lift the toes, the ball of the foot away from the floor. Chin tucks toward chest, wide in the back. Lower the ball of the foot down, pivot right, bend the right knee, coming to a side lunge here. Pull your left toes away from the floor, turning them straight up, and try to lift your chest. Very nice. Stretching into that inner left thigh. Your right heel can be down or up. What feels right for you right now? We're warming up the body. These tender little areas that work so hard to support us. Squeeze sits bones toward each other. Give it a little help. Engaging those muscles, good. And then carefully ease yourself toward that left foot, pivot toward the front of the mat. We're gonna step back with our left foot, stabilize your plank, hold steady, squeezing toward the midline, contracting ankles toward wrists, wrists toward ankles. You'll feel that engagement everywhere. Lengthen the trunk, bend the elbows. This time roll right on through to an up dog. Open those shoulders, tuck your toes, and then enjoy a down dog. Raising the sits bones here, lifting the front of the body toward the back of the body like you do in plank. Pushing hands forward, dragging heels back. So you're maximizing this pose. And then walk your feet all the way forward, toes together, fingertips, get some traction here. Really pull your chest forward, sitting bones back. So if your back were compressed, it isn't anymore. Hopefully that feels like a safe chiropractic adjustment. Exhale, tummy in, dropping the head. Inhale, lift through the chest, rising up. Circle your arms up, hips forward, head back, and bring your hands down to your heart. Just spread the soles of the feet, get a sense of your feet, balancing on them. Let your shoulders ease, your jaw relax. Sense of inner stability and balance. Release the hands down, palms wide open. Inhale, breathe the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, arms go wide at first and then land by the feet. Inhale, look up. Step your left and right foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, glide through to up dog. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, walk or jump forward to your hands. Inhale, nice deep traction here. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin. Inhale, rise and shine. Up you go, hips forward, head back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release your hands down, spread the fingers. Inhale, glide them up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, looking up. Step your right and left foot back. Stabilize, then bend the elbows. Inhale, glide through like you're on casters. Exhale, take it back, downward facing. Ujjayi breath, breathing through the nose. Subtle contraction in the throat, inner ankles lifted up. Enliven everything, lifting off of your joints. Trying not to sink into any of them. Using that breath to create some heat. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, travel to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, traction your back out. Good, exhale, fold. Coming into your chair, sinking into your legs. Contract your hips in, 80, duct the legs. Spike up that left heel, crossing into eagle. Left arm under, squeeze. We won't be here long. You don't need to move if you don't want to. You're going to start to
Bring your elbows forward. Uncross your left leg, step back into crescent lunge. Squeeze your hips toward each other. Raise your elbows up. Maybe dare to look up. Inhale. As you exhale, pivot your left heel down. Move your right foot over an inch or two to the left. Warrior two. Reach forward with your right hand. Flip the palm reverse. Move the right arm back just a little bit to help you open that right side. Bend deeply into that right knee. Push through the gas pedal of the foot. Shorten your stance a little bit. Reach your right hand down toward the block or ankle. Left arm up, triangle pose. Draw the front of the ribs in. Lengthen your tailbone so your spine is long. Melt your upper rib cage down. And perhaps look up. Keep pushing through the gas pedal of the right foot. And pulling up through the inner groin muscles. Sweep the left arm over the ear. Bring it down in front of your face, coming back into that side lunge. Bend that left knee. Come on to 2 feet. Prasarita, hands between them. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, fold down the center. And shake out your head. And all the stories stuck inside it. Take it out. And then let it hang heavily. Squeezing the elbows softly, tummy in. Thank you, love. That feels good. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Strong legs help you. Inhale, rise. Sweep the arms up and open to warrior two as you pivot your right foot forward. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Stabilize first. Chaturanga second. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Travel however you like to your hands. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, coming into chair. Squeeze your outer hips. Spike your right heel, cross your right leg around your left, right arm under. Elbows rise. And then they glide forward. Unlatch your right foot, step it back. Crescent legs. Inhale, raise the elbows up. Maybe look up with them. Pivot your back heel down. Move your left foot over a bit. Open the arms, warrior two. Reach forward, flip your left palm up. Reverse. Stretch that left side. Maybe moving that left arm a bit toward your left ear for a deeper side bend. Push through the gas pedal of your left foot. Reach forward as you straighten that leg. Triangle pose. Might have forgotten to say that before. Reaching down toward block. Good, Joelle, that was smart. Good. Everybody soften your ribs a little bit more, that top rib cage down, and reach your heart, head farther forward. Rib cage in, tailbone down. Elena, take your head back just a bit more. Breathe. See if you can push down through the feet, but pull up through the knees. Good. Let that top arm come over the ear. And then down in front of your face, pivot to the right into that deep lunge. Bending the right knee, groin stretch on that left side. Come to two straight legs, prasarita facing the long right side of your mat. And grab the ankles if you can. Inhale, lift your heart. And maybe bend the knees to lift the sits bones a bit. And then fold here. Knees can be bent if this is too deep a stretch. Pull the elbows wide as the head goes down. I happen to have a bruiser bolster here, which is very perfectly placed. But you could use a block or actual bolster or the floor, or just let your head hang. And start to pivot toward the front of the mat, spinning up onto your right toes, yeah. And stabilize, step back to a nice strong plank. Send your heels to the right, feet stay staggered, left arm, maybe that can lift up. Tighten the core here, ribs in, tailbone under, and swim it, top arm over the ear, and landing on the floor. Spin your heels to the left, right arm up. Ribs in, tailbone under. Swim that top arm over the ear. Right hand comes down. Lower your knees, chest and chin. Slide down onto your tummy. Pile your forehead onto your hands. Pause here. Breathe. While you're here, bend the knees and windshield wipe your feet, right and left. Your shins. Letting this feel delicious for your lower back. Eventually letting the feet relax back behind you. I laugh because Bruiser made a really funny face. Take your hands to your lower back. Bend the elbows so that they rest on the sacral plate. So the fist is right there. And then point your elbows up toward the sky. So they, instead of flopping open, they squeeze up. And you can feel that in the front of the shoulder, yeah? Lengthen your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, lift up as you straighten the arms with the toes. Now, find those muscles on your back and see if you can straighten the arms and lift the fist up away from the bum. Lift both ends up. No. And then come on down. Release the hands, turn the face to one side. And relax. Oh, nope. And then bring your forehead to the center. Interlace your fingers again. With the opposite fingers on top. Hands rest on the sacral plate. Lengthen your tailbone, and as you exhale, come up. And see if you can straighten those arms, find the muscles at the back, and lift here. Lift up. Very good. Reach through those big toes. Lift here. Hands are interlaced at the back. Lift. And let go. Release the hands. Turn your face to the other side. Which gives your neck a little bit of a stretch. Bring your forehead to the center, bend both knees. Now, maybe this is it. If you have knee stuff, this just does not ever feel good. You just reach here back toward your feet. Maybe you do one leg at a time, or you grab the ankles, or even higher up the leg, if that makes more sense, or closer to your toes. Make sure the knees are in line with the hips, so they're not splayed out to the sides. Inhale. As you exhale, lengthen your tailbone and lift up. Lift up chest, lift up toes. Do not hurt your knees. I'm gonna rock a little bit, massaging the organs. Lifting here, maybe just use your muscles, spread your toes. Oh, it's a back bend. Yeah. And let it go. Pile your hands under your forehead and windshield wipe the legs right and left. Let the feet relax back. Bring your hands by the sides of the chest. Inhale, lift to cobra. Cobra, the elbows are most likely bent because your pubic bone's on the floor. You're trying to roll those collarbones up and bring your bottom lip in front of your top lip. Stretch. Bulldog stretch. And then relax it. Push back. Extended child's pose. Hips go to heels, drop your head. Breathe into your low back, really target it. Releasing stress. Breathe into the back of the waist as though you could massage the kidneys, adrenal space. So you could calm your adrenals. Letting stress drop. To add to the relaxation, take your hands by your feet. Letting your shoulders round. Then pull your tummy muscles in strongly to roll up to seated. Hello. Coming forward onto your shins, tuck your toes behind you. Take your hands to your lower back, squeeze your elbows in, and raise your chest up. Press your hips forward so there's an engagement at the lower buttock. If it feels natural, possible without pain to reach back to the heels for full camel, do that. Or to stay where you were. Follow your bliss here. Open the chest and breathe for 3, 2, lift it. Come forward to your hands and knees and shake it out. Just going a little bit tender today, a little bit easy on us. And in that vein, we're going to do some forward folds, which are very soothing, very calming to the nervous system for like in theory, but they can be painful. So please prop yourself as needed. Please bend your knees as needed. So we're going to sit on the bum, and you may choose to sit on stacked blankets or on a block or a bolster, something to raise your seat up so you're not at a 90-degree angle. I like to bend my knees a lot. I find, I don't know, it's super helpful. So move your sits bones back. The legs are out in front of you. My knees are bent. I'm in sort of like airline crash position, which I guess doesn't sound soothing, airplane crash. I'm going to reach forward to my big toes, the first 2 fingers, create that yogi toe lock. Inhale, and I'm going here from like a rounded shell of the spine to extension. So I want to try to lift my chest up, telescoping it upward and pressing my tailbone back. And I'm pulling up on the toes. I'm going to use just a little bit of my chin lifting it. Okay, so that's happening. And I feel safe. I feel like my back is long. So I'm going to take my feet a little farther forward and see if I can do the same thing at a steeper angle with no back pain. Some of the markers I'm looking for is an elongation in my spine, an extension, and contact with my thighs, with my chest. And I can go a little bit further. My feet are flexed.
actively. And you may progress all the way into this, into a straight-legged forward bend. And that might be what's best for you today. So just feel into your body. I'm gonna stay with this. This seems to be right for me right at this moment. I'm also somewhat contracting my heels toward my glutes, keeping my legs somewhat active. And for the last few moments, I am gonna allow myself to just drape. I'm gonna let go of all the tension and really come into the therapeutic aspect, the more yin aspect of passive relaxation here. Come out safely. I'm gonna lift my chest more to an extension and sit up. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna pull the left knee back and bring the left foot into the right inner thigh. Open the pose up just a little bit wide, not very, just a smidge. Right hand to the inside of your right ankle or foot, left arm back. Feel that nice opening. Arc that left arm up by the ear and reach toward the direction of your right foot. Keep your left sits bone planted on the mat. If your head needs support, bend the elbow, hold the base of your skull, and turn your head up into your elbow crease. Use your hand on your leg, right hand on the leg, to help you rotate more to the left. Yeah. Use it as leverage. Excellent. Come up, take your left hand behind you on the floor, and we're just going to prop ourselves up with the shin and the hand into a nice elevated stretch here. Right arm over the ear. Maybe the chin lifts and it evolves, revolves, opening the chest toward the ceiling. And then come on back down. Careful of your knees. We're going to reach behind the right knee to fold that leg in, soles of the feet together. Hold your feet and draw up through your spine. Push through the ball mounds of the big toes. Drop your shoulders. Take a few sips of breath through the nose here. Pelvic floor engaged, tummy muscles engaged. Beautiful. Beautiful. Relax and extend your left leg long. Carefully bring that right foot into the left inner thigh crease. Left hand is open, palm is open. Back of the hand goes at the left shin, ankle, or you can hold the foot. Right arm arches up over the ear. Using that left leg as leverage to help you pivot, kind of rotate toward the right. Maybe support the head with the hand at the base of the skull, nose turning into the elbow crease. Beautiful. Extend that right arm up and behind you. We're going to push down through the right hand and right shin and leverage up. And maybe turn more here. And slowly come down. Reach behind your left knee, collapse the leg in. Take your feet farther forward than before. So same shape, but more distance from your pelvis, so it's more of a diamond. Hips go back, so you have a little more room. Inhale, holding the feet, if that feels right, look up. And then fold in here. Maybe the head rests on a block or on the feet, or it just hangs. You're pretty rounded in a shape. You may prefer, I do, the hands to go under the ankles and then hold the feet. Just gives you a little bit more reach. Cool. Don't strain your back, so if it feels like it is, don't go so low. Make sure the tummy is in. Respect your own boundaries. Right? It's like, don't cross your own boundaries. Don't hurt yourself. Sounds easy enough, but it isn't. It is easy. Beautiful babies, goddesses, come on up. Take your time. Let's just do one opposite stretch. Hold the front of the shins. Lift your chin, head back, pull up. Lion's breath on your exhale. Inhale. Lion. Very nice. Bring your tongue in. Pause, head level. Hands come forward, tummy pulls in. Ease yourself down in this reverse crunch. Engage your tummy. Engage. Around when your low back hits the floor, straighten the legs, hold Ardha Navasana here. Hold and kick your legs. Kick them 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, and carefully come on down. Careful, careful, careful. Stretch your arms all the way back. Reach to your left fingers and right toes. Feel that diagonal line. Right fingers, left toes. All 10 fingers, all 10 toes. And then relax your arms just for a moment down by your side. Bend one knee at a time. So left foot flat, right foot flat. Palms come to the pelvis. Briefly, we're going to rotate the pelvis around a clock. So just hit all the points of a clock, the every 15-minute point. 12, 15, 30. Maybe that would be, I don't know, I'm saying 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then go the other way. And explore using the deep, deep muscles connected to the spine rather than your limbs to do this movement. And then when you feel ready, pick up your right leg into table and then your left leg into table. And we're going to make our way toward plow pose. So if you need any props for this, or you don't want to go too deep, or you just want to take your legs up the wall, get what you need. And then we're going to take the legs up and over to a plow. Walk your elbows in a line. If your legs don't go straight because it hurts your back, if they could go straight, but you don't want to hurt yourself, keep them bent. Maybe keep them somewhat wide. Keep weight in your elbows. And bring those elbows close to one another, supporting your back.
From here, if it feels okay, move into shoulder stand. Or stay as you were. Getting a nice thyroid massage here. Rebend the knees, lower the legs back toward a plow. Hands carefully to the ground as you mindfully, slowly roll down. Dogs may want to tackle you, be careful. You don't know what you're coming down to. Hands go under the buttocks, backs of the hands, legs can go all the way straight. Lift your chest, elbows in, and carefully place the top of the head on the floor for fish, or modify fish by just having your chest open and somewhat lifted. This may be extreme, or it might just be the best counter pose ever. You feel your way through it. Heart lifted. Super lightweight of the crown of the head. Push down through your elbows carefully so that you can free your head and neck. Slide your hands out from under you. Coming back to that Supta Baddha Konasana position. Soles of the feet together, knees open. Just letting this relax. Letting yourself sink back into this position. Into the floor. And like easing into a hot tub. Take a deep breath here. The top of your in-breath, breathe in more. Exhale it out. Straightening the legs one at a time into a bit of a V. They're as wide as your mat probably. Roll your legs in and out. Reach back for your head and gently, gently, gently pull your head. Looking right to left. No eclipse glasses needed. Fingers to the base of the skull, gently massage it. Carefully lay it down. Bring the arms down by your side. Roll your limbs in and out until they feel ready to rest. And then let them go. Take a deep breath in as if you could breathe through the soles of your feet. And only go up to your belly button. Hold there. And then as if you could breathe out from your belly button down through your legs and feet. Inhale through the soles of the feet, up to the chest, hold there. Exhale from the heart all the way down. All the way out through the feet. Inhale through the soles of the feet, up to the crown of the head. Exhale from the center of the brain down all the way out through the feet. And then let go. Go of all doing. Let yourself be. Take a deep breath here. Exhale anything else that's ready to go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, feeling gratitude for being alive. Exhale, yawn and stretch. And just notice the body a little more agile, a little more elastic, more willing to move. Bend the left knee, curl over to your right side into a fetal position. Maybe snuggle up with your dog, or whatever's there. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your back waist area. Letting your body know everything is okay in this moment. It's safe. Push down to your left hand, rising up and finding a really solid structure. So sit in a way that you feel supports you the best. So that you can lift up tall through your spine, open through the chest, and still feel a sense of relaxation, a sense of safety, and most of all, a sense of presence. It is safe to be in the present moment. Give yourself a few moments just to arrive here. Perhaps it will be the only time you're truly present today. Raise the arms to the sky.
Press the palms together, sliding that prayer down across your face, over the lips, past the throat, landing it at the heart. Press the thumbs inward, pinkies extending outward toward the world. Singing the song of the heart together, one Om, inhale. Oh. Raising that prayer to the mind, that song to the mind. Inhale. Thank you so much. Bowing forward in deep gratitude toward your body, for this practice, for one another. For giving yourself this time. Sitting up tall. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope that the eclipse helped to wash away old patterns, things we don't need anymore. And this new moon brings wonderful new adventures. I'll see you guys soon. I love you all. Bye.